Hello everyone, welcome to Daily Current Affairs series. Today we will discuss about 6th June current affairs. Myself Sunny Sandeep. Welcome to my channel Gear Up for Group 1 exam. Let us discuss the current affairs. The first one, India and China hold talks. Yesterday we have seen there are talks between India and China. Level of Lieutenant Governors. Now today we will see the India and China hold talks agree to resolve differences peacefully. We have seen a major impact, that means that talks gives a positive effect. That means these two countries are agreed to resolve these tensions between these two countries, agreed to resolve differences in peacefully. Foreign Ministry level discussions reviewed bilateral ties, current developments. Both countries are depending on each other, like trade or any population dividend also. India is the most hub to China for their products. In keeping of mind that reviewed that bilateral ties between these two countries and between these two current developments also, foreign ministers are ready to resolve this issue peaceful manner. Now India and China agreed to handle their differences through peaceful discussions only. Minister of External Affairs of India is telling that both sides agreed to handle differences through peaceful discussion, bearing in the mind importance of respecting each other's sensitivities, concerns and aspirations and not allow them to become disputes. Minister of Foreign Affairs of China is telling that both sides agreed to implement the consensus that two countries do not constitute a threat to each other and do not let differences rise into disputes. Next one, massive spike in foreign flows into market. We have seen a massive spike of foreign inflows, that means foreign portfolio invests that are coming into market. Here there is almost worth of foreign portfolio investors bought shares of 20,814 crores. Here there are two incidents are happened in this month, in this current month. That is, the first one is rights issue of Reliance Industries Limited, that is RIL, and the stake sale of Kotak Mahindra Bank. These two instances are these two situations will give the massive spike in a foreign portfolio investments. Sometimes we have seen some two different words, that is the first one FDI and the second one FPI. Here we have to discuss the, as per our examination requirement, there is a difference between FDI and FPI. Here right side I have given a picture about regarding FPI and FDI. FPI is investor does not have direct control or management of investments. In this FPI there is no direct control, but in direct control over the assets and say in the affairs of the company. This FDI will involve in the direct control. That means in FPI no direct control, in FDI is direct control. Here no control of shares and assets of the property, hence provides more liquidity. Here this FPI, it gives more liquidity. Investor tied up with the affairs of the company at faces highest risk. Here FDI with the FDI there is a highest risk. For more suited for average retail investor. This FPI is for more average retail investor. For another side, that is FDI, it is for HDNI, that means high net worth, HNWI, that means high net worth individuals and institutional investors. This is about difference between foreign portfolio investment and foreign direct investment. Next article, ahead of vote for UNSC seat, India launches campaign brochure. Here first of all we have to see what is the UNSC, that is United Nations Security Council. It is one organ of UN Assembly. Here first of all we have to know how many permanent members are in UNSC, that is United Nations Security Council. That is there are five permanent members of the UN Security Council. They are first one USA, and second one China, and third one Russia, fourth one France, and fifth one United Kingdom. Once again I will tell: the first one USA, and second one China, and third one Russia, fourth one France, and fifth one United Kingdom, that means Britain. Here we have to know India is trying to get into that five permanent members. Here India, even though having non-permanent members in 8 times, that means non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council for the year 2021 and 22. This will be the eighth time the nation will occupy the non-permanent seat. For every tenure, 2 years tenure, this UNSC will give one country. Now this time India will get the 2020, 21 and 22. That's why ahead of the vote for UNSC seat, India is trying to highlight the international terrorism from the Pakistan or ISIS or from Afghanistan or from terrorist organizations. In this meeting, India will highlight the international terrorism. But India's overall objective is norms, that means new orientation for reformed multilateral system. India's main overall objective or main objective is norms, that means new orientation for reformed multilateral system. Here India is a guaranteed place in the UNSC, that means United Nations Security Council, as it is the sole candidate from the Asia Pacific, but needs 2/3 of 193 member of General Assembly, that means almost 128, more than 128 countries member nations assent should be required. That means more than 120 countries should give the not to enter into the India as the sixth permanent countries, permanent members. Next one, vaccine program gets 8.8 billion funding. Yesterday we have seen that our India government also gives some millions to the Gavi, that is Global Alliance for Vaccine International Vaccine Alliance. Here the Gavi is the International Vaccine Alliance. Yesterday on 4th, virtual global summit hosted by UK, that is PM John Morrison. The meeting beat a target of that meeting put a target of 7.4 billion, but it is crossed or beat the target of 7.4 billion, that is now 8.8 billion comes from this one. Here more than 50 countries took part, as well as individuals also, like philanthropists or billionaire Bill Gates also involved in this vaccine program. Here together we rise to fulfill the greatest shared endeavor of our lifetimes. That means due to COVID-19, every country together came and they are fighting against this COVID-19 to find or to invent the vaccine for COVID-19. Next one, RBI creates a 500 crore fund to boost a payment infra. That means RBI has created a payments infrastructure fund, that is PIDF, Payments Infrastructure Development Fund, to encourage a point of sales. We have seen a point of sales means like a swiping machines. Here it is implemented in both in physical and digital modes only. In tier 3, where it has to implement it or where it has to deploy, in tier 3 to tier 6 centers and northeastern states like Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Mizoram and Tripura, all 7 sisters. Here RBI will make a initial contribution of 250 crores, but this RBI creates 500 crores fund, but remaining this 250 crores will come from the issuing banks of POS and card networks like Visa and Master, and issuing banks like SBI and Union Bank of India. Here I have given a word, that is tier 3 to tier 6. There are classification of population in tiers, that means tier 1 to tier 6. It is on the census of 2001. Here tier 1 is 1 lakh and above, population of 1 lakh and above. Here tier 2 is 50,000 to 9999 and 5 nines and 99,999. Here Tier 3, from Tier 3 to Tier 6, that means from 20,000 to 49,999. Here Tier 4 will consist 10,000 to 19,999. Tier 5 consists of 5,000 to 9,999. Here Tier 6 will consist less than 5,000 population. That's why here RBI is insisting that RE is created a PIDF, that means Payment Infrastructures Development Fund for the POS in these 4 tiers, that means Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5 and Tier 6. I have promised to make a previous paper analysis, that is UPSC Prelims 2019. In the context of digital technologies for entertainment, consider the following statements. Digital technologies for entertainment, that is in AR, that means augmented reality, a simulated environment is created and physical world is completely shut out. It is wrong. In virtual reality, images generated from a computer are projected onto real life objects or surroundings. Here, AR allows individuals to be present in the world and improve the experience using the camera of smartphones or PC. That is right. We are closest to the world and transport as an individual, providing complete immersion experience. Here, which of the following statements given above is are correct? A 1 and 2 only, B 3 and 4 only, C 1, 2 and 3 only, D 4 only. Here the right option is B, that is 3 and 4 only. AR allows individuals to be present in the world and improves the experience using the camera of smartphones or PC. PC means personal computer. VR closes the world and transposes an individual, providing complete immersion as an experience. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. This is Sunny Sandeep signing out. Take care. Bye bye.